Good evening, everyone. Sorry we had to stop playing that song, White People. I know you like it. I've lived in Leesburg for a few years now, and my license plate and my driver's license, it says Virginia, but I have a dark secret I'm going to share with you tonight. I'm a Floridian. I was born there and raised there, lived most of my life there, and I love my home state, just not enough to stay there and raise a family there. But there's one commonality that all Floridians have, and it's not just concerning growths on our skin from lack of sunscreen, though we do have those. It is every Floridian has had a near-death experience with drowning. As you'd expect, some Floridians have had near-death experiences with alligators, and some have had near-death experiences with alligators and drowning at the same time. It's really crazy down there. So tonight I thought I'd share with you my near-death experience with drowning. A few years ago, I was at a bachelor party in Daytona Beach, and it wasn't a crazy, debaucherous bachelor party. It wasn't like the Dewey Beach Boys, you know. We were well into our 30s, easily tired out at this point, and just kind of chill, you know. Watching people like me try to have a crazy bachelor party at that age in life is like watching Mike Tyson box like now. It's like, you can't do it anymore, man. You gotta let it go. But, you know, aging is one of those things that kind of sneaks up on you, and you don't, there's no way to really prepare for it. It's like all of a sudden your body starts sending you these random telegrams like, you know, telegram, you're now gonna wake up with a random headache for no reason. Or like, telegram, every time you bend down, you're gonna make a little noise like, you know, like, just you feel it, you know? Or like, telegram, every time you get up off the couch, your legs are gonna pop like you're popping glow sticks, and maybe you got this one. Telegram, you can't eat bread anymore. Happens. So yeah, this wasn't a rager of a bachelor party. We were kind of just hanging out. We got an Airbnb at the beach and having a good time. And there's nothing I love more than leaving my own home, my own bed, to go cram into an Airbnb with a bunch of snoring, sweating men while the air mattress slowly deflates through the night. We're having a good time. And somebody thought it'd be a great idea to go get a bunch of Wendy's for lunch that Saturday. So got a bunch of burgers and fries and chicken nuggets, and we ate like we still have metabolism on our side. Just feasted and feasted like kings, like white trash kings. We just kind of ate it down. And I should mention this was also the same weekend that Hurricane Maria was passing by Florida. And one of us thought it'd be an awesome idea to go down and check out the hurricane. Now, you have to remember that to Floridians, a hurricane is not that big of a deal, right? They happen all the time. Kind of get used to dealing with them. Like, they come, they annoy you for a while, and then they leave. It's like when your in-laws visit, just kind of used to it. And so we decided, yeah, let's go run down to the beach. And so this hurricane was not really even like hitting Florida. It was just kind of passing by like a little side hug, you know, not a big one for us. So it was going to be just kind of maybe like a giant wave pool. And actually, I almost died in a wave pool when I was a kid one time, too. That's a separate story. All right, I'll tell you that story real quick. Okay, so I was 8 years old, out in this wave pool, by myself. Where were my parents? It's Florida. You know, who knows? So I'm out there, just treading water, and all of a sudden, I got a little out of breath, and I will never forget feeling like I'm about to drown while Hawaii 5-0 plays on the speakers, just treading water. All I could do was reach up to this girl that was around my age who was in a tube with her attentive parents and like grab it and pull myself up. And the look she gave me was the weirdest look I'd ever gotten by a woman up to that point in life. And I decided I'd rather probably drown than bear that, so I let go. I didn't die, as you can see. So anyway, back to Daytona Beach. So we're like, let's go run down the ocean and check out the hurricane. Okay, so we go sprinting down to the beach, running as fast as we can. And when we get down there, it's, you know, rain and wind and waves. And we were just overcome by the excitement, and we sprinted right into the water. Why did we? I'm asking you, why did we do this? It's a really stupid idea. I don't know. Just ran on in. And I got super winded running down to the beach after all the Wendy's, and started finding myself going a little farther out. And the waves were getting a little higher and a little higher. Now, this might surprise you, but at one point in time, I was actually a highly recruited basketball player in the NCAA. And that may surprise you because it's a total lie. I'm not what you would call a tall person. I don't think I'm like freakishly short, but like, dunking a basketball would be a miracle. They'd make some Lifetime original movie about it, like The Boy Who Dreamed He Could Fly. That would be my story. So I was the shortest guy in the group, and so they're doing okay. The other three friends, they're doing okay. The water's coming up a little bit higher on your boy JT here, and I started to kind of drift away. I thought there was a sandbar. I kept checking for it, but there was no sandbar, and I was getting a little bit more tired and a little bit more tired. It was my 8-year-old wave pool story happening all again. And if you've never been in a situation like that, some of the legends are true of like near-death experience. What do you start to think? And so as the waves are crashing over my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, this could be it for me. Trying to catch my breath, and it's just like, started thinking, is this it? Is this really how it ends? Or did I do enough with my life? And then, was Wendy's my last meal? Like, really? It checks out, actually. Then I started to think about my wife, who was at home, and I started thinking about the future that we had planned together and our love for each other. And I don't know, something came over me, and I started fighting harder than I've been fighting. I just started to paddle and kick a little bit harder, thinking about her, and none of that actually worked. I was still drowning pretty hard. Her love was not strong enough to lift me up. And so I look over at my friends, and I see my friend Dan, and I had the thought, I'm like, I think he was a lifeguard at one point. He's also not drowning right now. And I had the thought of like, am I really gonna ask for help? This is really embarrassing. I'm in my mid-30s. We all are in our mid-30s. I don't need help. A couple more waves go over. I was like, okay, I gotta put my pride on the shelf, gotta let it go. Here goes nothing. So I go under the water. Dan! Help! And I think at first he thought I was joking, he looked at me, and then when I went under again, he turned into like David Hasselhoff mode or something, like just like, some people stand in the darkness, Northern Virginia, I kid you not, that man ran in slow motion. Or maybe I just didn't have enough oxygen in my brain, everything's slowing down, I don't know. But he started sprinting over me, and my peer, a fellow man in his mid-30s, grabbed me under my armpits and lifted me above the waves to catch my breath like a 6-year-old, just, like lifting me up like Simba to the animal kingdom, just, And it was one of the most romantic moments of my life. It was like the end of The Bodyguard. I was Whitney Houston, Anyway, finally found that sandbar, caught my breath, promptly went right back inside, never to do that again. So, all of that to say, don't be too afraid to ask for help. We all are gonna hit moments in life where we're in over our heads. We need our friends, we need each other. But most importantly, maybe don't eat Wendy's and run right into a hurricane.